been fake, rather. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot that we got to go against. It's a burden of knowing. It's a burden of knowing that there's a lot of people out here who are operating on a low level, doing witchcraft, magic, sorcery. Like, we know this to be a fact at this point. Everybody's a half gypsy. Everybody doing black magic. Bunch of weirdos. There's some weirdos out here, bro. You got people, the chosen ones, we know the truth, man, and they out here burning candles on y'all, man. And we gotta stay prayed up all the time. Somebody said, if only you knew this workplace I'm at, bro. If you was here, you would show examples of these hateful people. Man, they make me want to go home. Wow. It might be time for you to start putting in other apps. When you persecuted in one place, man, in this time, in this dire hour, flee unto the next, bro. It is not worth your peace. It's just not worth it. And I'm gonna tell you, brothers, right now, a lot of you brothers, man, you gotta start to learn different trades. And utilize your talents and gifts and make sure you plant seeds in more than one place. Don't ever put all your eggs in one basket. You want multiple streams. And you gotta figure out how to do it. Put yourself a 90-day plan together. Write some things out. Because the way things are looking, man, a lot of these jobs, it's been estimated within the next 10 years that 40% of jobs going to be replaced by artificial intelligence. 40% of jobs. So what that tells you is that in this time, you got to be resourceful. You got to be resourceful. And just understand you do have alternative options out here to make ends meet. Like, you just got to, put your best foot forward and start to be active in certain things that you are skilled at. I was watching a video, and this dude, man, he had a nervous breakdown on his lunch break. Grown man, I mean, he was sprawling out of control, man. The man was in tears, and he said, "Man, life is not supposed to be this difficult. I work all the time. I'm tired. I can't afford to do anything. I'm still struggling. By the time I retire, I gotta be 120 years old, and if I pass away before I get my retirement or my Social Security, they ain't gonna pass it down to my children. Like, what are we doing here? We are not supposed to be suffering this bad in America." And he was really going in. He was really crying, bro. And I felt this pain because that he's right, but you gotta be proactive. If you know the situation that you in, there's other ways that you gotta get to it. You know what I'm saying? There's other things that you gotta be doing. And in life, sometimes you gotta take chances. The risk is worth the reward sometimes. And shout out to CJ Matthews. I'm rocking his sunglasses right now. That's a young business owner. You can go on Nubreed.love and grab these, man. This is modesty right here. And it's a brother right here who young, who doing his thing. That's the kind of things you got to do. Not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur, but there's alternative methods of getting it, because you're not meant to be miserable dealing with these people who have a hive mentality a lot of the times at these workplaces, who want to keep you in a bubble. A lot of y'all miss a lot of opportunities because you're trying to search for some type of security, not realizing that there is no such thing as job security. There is no such thing as anything secure in this land that you live in. We in a time of the prophets. Back in the day, everything was uncertain. It was a very uncertain time period. And we are back in that time. So you gotta move accordingly. It's really important to link in with the right people, man. If you got people in your life who are not thinking outside the box, people who are not trying to figure out other ways to get to it, you don't need them around. You need winners in your circle. You need winners in your circle. Not just people who just walking down the hamster in the wheel all the time. And I'm not telling you not to work your gig, because you got to do what you got to do. We got to do what we got to do to make sure we taking care of our family. The Bible says a man who don't provide for his own is worse than an infidel. So we got to do what we got to do, even if you getting up in the morning going to labor ready and just doing what you got to do. But at the same time, your job is supposed to be used to help you save up. Your job is supposed to help you finance your real skill. Let me say that again. Your job is supposed to help you finance what you truly are trying to do. Floridian Talk, thanks for the contribution. $5 says bring it out 100. Thank you, Op. Absolutely. And you got to understand as well, it ain't about how much money you making all the time either. It really goes into your money management. If you saving up more than you spending, then you in a good position. For a lot of you brothers and sisters, you got to downsize. You got to downsize and start to consolidate a lot of your assets. Liquidate some of your assets, but also consolidate some of your assets. Break it down so you can have that security. Remember, the Bible says money is a defense. That's what it's really for. You want to have that padding because in case of. That's what having a nice bank account is about. In case of something happens. That's what money is supposed to be for. And bet your bottom dollar is always going to be a something that requires that defense. But you know, I could talk about that all day. But now that you know, there's a burden knowing what I just told y'all brothers. There's a burden in you knowing that this country is not gonna. They're not gonna love you. They're not gonna take care of you and your family when you're gone. This whole country is a scam when you really look at it. I'm gonna be straight up with you. And this is another burden of knowing. Just knowing America's a scam. It's a scam. It is a scam, y'all. You are not meant to be successful here. This is a debt base. This place is debt based. This is why they're able to continually increase the debt margins. Print the money like monopoly paper. The whole goal is to keep you in debt. You're not supposed to excel here. Yeah, somebody said grow your own food if you can. Absolutely. Somebody said they hate us because we serve the Messiah and the Most High. Absolutely. Somebody said this country is better than other countries. Well, this country aesthetics is better than a lot of other countries. But what America is a two-notch 304 who's dolled up. America is a streetwalker.
I'll tell you this. Here's an example of what he's saying. America has some of the most strict food standards and most food regulations on its meat, on what you can sell, where you can sell it, how you can sell it. You gotta have a license to sell food commercially. If you pass out free, it's fine. Commercially, what time and when. Gotta have a certain quality of it. Can't sell certain types of food anymore because they say it causes certain stuff. But even with all these standards and regulations, it has some of the lowest quality foods of all nations. All the other lands, they come here, they say, oh, this American quality standard food. Oh, no. They compare. They know American fake food is fake. Now they also eat it because it's Babylon. It's addictive. It's addictive to once you get on it to eat it and not eat your own food or the own food you came from. And it's just so hard. They let's say you're a restaurant owner, you might buy not it might be hard to get from your own land, but you might buy like let's say you're Jamaican, you might purchase you might go to a not the local beef supplier but to a special one or like further out from where you are because it's low quality. Got the highest regulations but the most regulations of food but the lowest quality food. You go to anywhere else, guarantee not as many fast food places. Guarantee you, it's more might be restaurants, but not many fast food places. Even so, people cook their own food too, and it's real. You in other countries, there's still unclean meats, but you gotta worry about so much the meats are clean. About what's in it, or about if it's 100% this, if it's 100% 0 gram sugar, if they add any extra sugars, or if it's sugar free, if it's natural honey, if it's naturally fatty, if it has natural fats in it. See, the goal of the states is to make it look like this is a perfect place, right? Babylon, right? And that's what a lot of countries look like this. Babylon or America, the perfect nation, so free and everything. But then you get there, it's not so like that. People literally, I heard, or I know people that like this. They broke into the United States, right? They hopped, I'm not gonna say hot border, but they illegally immigrated here, right? They got arrested for illegally immigrating here. And they don't even like the place they're in. They don't even like the place they're in. Because their homeland's better. Now, I don't know if they said their homeland's better. But, yeah. Even Coca-Cola, right? Take this for example. Coca-Cola in Mexico and other countries. It's not like it is. Coca-Cola America is high fructose corn syrup, and Mexican Coke is pure cane sugar. Even the junk food is not as bad. And even then, most people know to moderate it. Even when they grab a Coke, or Coca-Cola, the moderator, it's a random note to say powder your nose. The reason why what that actually means is doing a line of Coke. Oh, I want to powder my nose. They wouldn't put on makeup. Hopefully not, but hopefully not. That's actually witchcraft. The following temple, that's bad too. That's a sin. But definitely. Oh, I gotta go higher. Definitely. That's what that means. The woman would go in the bathroom and powder her nose. She didn't like Coke. She didn't like cocaine. Drive your lane. Hey, stay safe. Stay right. Hey, if that's the right lane, supposed to be in. Hey, a line of it. And because ladies, they sometimes be wearing makeup. I shouldn't say they should, but hey, sometimes they do, right? So they come out the bathroom. Not knowing they wipe it off because get called out, what I'm saying, above reproach and everything actually means abstain from sin, not to be engaging in it. So you can't be accused of it and stuff, right? She didn't wipe it off, so you must have been powdering your nose. You must need more practice powdering your nose. You must be new to powdering your nose. So while you're powdering it, you got a little bit of Coke on there. Because actual original makeup, right? Was like, or now not so much. They got like brushes. They do with a brush, but they have like little like things. They take this thing, they dunk it in this powder, then they press it. They powder the face like you let's say you would powder a cake or something. You shift the flour, grate it, make sure all those clumps are out, right? They basically just like throw some powder on their face with this tool, and they powder in their nose. They powder all over their face with this white makeup. And that's that's an old kind of makeup. It's like they say these old sayings, you know. But yeah, powdering your nose. They're doing comes from makeup and cocaine. Mistaking cocaine for makeup. Also, things streetwalkers would often do: powder the nose. They put makeup on, and the same time they do cocaine, or in the same bathroom visit. I hope you just wash your hands in the same bathroom visit.
Backs of these slaves, they in the Roman Colosseum, slam dunking balls and boxing and all of this for your entertainment, and you losing all your money gambling. It's like our people, and it's all Negroes. Everybody got a parlay app, parlay, sports gambling, sports bet. It's like you Negroes can't wait to get that money back. You really think you're gonna get rich? You Negroes ain't gonna make a red penny doing that. Just like when y'all go to Vegas and y'all gambling and all of that. Listen. They designed these machines not to work on your behalf. That's how they make their money. It's like our people can't wait to give. That's why I told you, man. I said this in the live stream. We needed to be in slavery because these Negroes are idiots. We needed to have an overseer. Most High can't give y'all no kind of freedom. Y'all won't invest nothing in y'allself. Y'all just gamble and give y'all money right back to the system, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
This is true.
Yeah, the house always wins. House always.
We're called children of God. Children of God for a reason.
Somebody said, can you talk about ways to break out of the TI cycle? I'm a victim of V2K, gang stalking due. I live in the same complex as my gang stalkers. Can you give advice on how to move forward? Yes. First and foremost, V2K, which is voice to skull technology, in case you all don't know what that terminology means. V2K is really more spiritual than you would imagine. Yes, they do have physical weaponry. They do use radio frequencies. They do use various forms of radiation as well. And they target the mind with these energy weapons. But you must understand that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. If you are in this biblical truth, you have to actually peel that book open and pray for a sound.
See, some people might say that B2K just open the door and be possessed with a demonic spirit, and then them just telling you random things to do or say, right? No. Sometimes you don't open doors, and it could be one. This might also not be a thing, or not the case where it happened to Peter. Peter he had a vision of himself in the third level of heaven, and he spoke blasphemies, right? And see, his visions were so vivid that he could not tell them anymore from life, and actual real life, and actual his visions and being carried away in the spirit. His interpretation was so vivid. His vision was so vivid. His spirit was so strong. But he was black. Well, he was a blasphemy. I heard a vision of a man in the third level of heaven, blaspheming, speaking blasphemous words. I cannot tell who is a vision or a dream. Vision or a past life. See, the past life that Peter talked about was not being reincarnated. This is a thing people actually get wrong a lot. Reincarnations is not a thing that people think that reincarnations are just a past life. It's just like the before they got saved. It's a whole nother life. You get a whole new heart, literally a whole new heart, not a pacemaker, which is a zombie. You should be asleep at that point. You shouldn't be alive if you need a pacemaker. Not being mean, but you're literally like the father called you. You should not be alive. And two, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, Peter, his visions were so vivid. This past life, people think they literally get reincarnated. No, you get a new spirit. You act different, start acting different. Instead of being hateful, you be full of love and charity. Instead of being greedy, you be charitable and not gluttonous. You be temperate. You be want to fast more. You want to pray more instead of be slothful. You want to work. You have so much energy. Get a whole new spirit. So it's a whole new old life. You get saved. You get born again. You see, it's a whole thing. You born again, new life, 9-day difference. People took literally past life. I've been literally living again. So with visions, sometimes I do when I get visions. A lot of the time, I'm seeing down at me. Listen, I'm just doing this to be funny. This voice, okay? Now, ladies, these visions will be from your past life. Because if you're really a warrior, you forsook a lot of that old life, and maybe all of it, maybe to a point. So this past life, so you don't have to go to this new media and get like new content. Because visions to get vivid visions, why children have vivid visions is they always look in cartoons or they got a bit of an imagination. Especially, most importantly, they were just with the fathers, like especially young ones. These children's they were just with the father, so they not too long ago they were in heaven. They remember heaven. I remember as a child in elementary school, I said to a teacher, when I sleep, I'm going to be an angel. She's like, who told you that? No, you're not. And I just wrote off. Like, okay, never mind. And most of life, I didn't believe that, right? He's an agent right now. I live with an agent. He claims to be my brother, but he's not my brother. He doesn't believe in Christ. He doesn't believe in follow him. So I forsook him. I live with him still because but I forsook him because if you don't believe in Christ, follow him. You're not my brother. You're not my mother. You're just a commoner. That's how it is in these last days. You have to be. He's an agent trying to stop me from streaming, trying to stop me from being insecure or whatever. I don't know, but he's an agent. He's possessed by demons. And he tries to stop me. So it's wild. But I don't fear the demons. Probably fears me. Probably not. Because it's written, a righteous man, the Gentile woman will fear him. If men act like women, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? If men are just like the women, they're gonna fear the righteous man just as much. A cat feeds a lion. They're from the same bloodline. One is just underfed, one is just a strong lion, and one is just a little lion. But yes. Now these children weren't too long they were with the father, they were in heaven, so here's another agent. They were just in heaven, right? They were just in heaven. So just in heaven, they got these visions, they got these knowing that 2/3 of my people will fall and go to hell and perish. Now I'm not saying this directly because talking now so you'll hear it, but because I am moving away from a location that I am currently in, so I continue to talk even in this location. I would wish everybody would go to heaven, but because I fear no evil, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved. That is very kind of you. Not moved. See, when you keep the command, you put a man whose enemies at people say. And you see these children are just children, even if they're possessed by devils. I forgot. no longer fear for my own life, but what I might have to do to someone, which I know I won't have to, because I seriously begin a superhuman might, as well as Asian cat gets scurried away. But when they know I have superhuman might, I have material might placed in me, spirit, as well as angels surround me and cover me, because I feel alone and not dead. And as well, because the Most High says, this is happening with Cain. I believe one of the problems might be Cain slew his brother, but then his brother was slew and it displeased him. So, or it displeased that they chased him. So, anyone who slew Cain, they would be slew, their blood would be shed. If you shed someone's blood, your blood would be shed. 1 second, please. Yeah. So if you shed someone's blood, your blood will be shed. I fear no evil. If you bless the people, you get blessed. If you curse the people, you get blessed. Or if you curse the people, you get cursed. Sorry. No, what peanut butter is it? Are they added? Is it added or natural? No, is the sugar natural sugar or is it added? What store is it? All the brand? Every brand? Is this the most expensive brand or is it the cheapest brand that this is true? You have a smaller one? No. How many grams is it? No, I didn't say percent. Grams. Add it. How many? It should say zero. It should say zero. Okay, now look at the ones that say zero sugar. Not zero and natural, just zero. Listen, not natural, not just natural, but anyone go through all of them that say and look at the sugar content that say 0 grams. Look at all of them now. All of the peanut butter brands. Look at every different brand. them brands you listed. Buy that one with zero added sugar. The one with zero added sugar. Listen. Read the ingredient list. No, to me. Say it aloud. Okay, now, how much is it? How many ounces? Is there a smaller one? How much is it? How many ounces? Part two. Small one. Now, Peter. Now, yes, these children. Okay, pass over. Here we go. Now, me. Most I told me. It showed me. 2/3, 1/3 of his angels fell from heaven. They were kicked out because they chose Satan. And then 2/3 of our people are going to fall. He's going to replace, we're still going to be servants, but we also know we're servants, not greatest master. So we're basically going to be like angels. We're going to have discernment of angels. I'll have discernment as angels when we enter in heaven. So me being a child, I might have just said, okay, we're going to be like angels because we're, I just said we're going to be angels when we do sleep because, we're angels because we'll have discernment as them. Also, I said we're because, I'm like, okay, we're, and she was, this is the thing, this is really important, I didn't even consider this. She was Hebrew, she was African American. African Americans are Hebrew. It's more important you're Hebrew of spirit as well, but by order of law, she is Christian, she is Hebrew, she's of God's chosen people. People like burnished brass, use black, white, hair like wool. You know this. So she was Hebrew. because she was Hebrew, I said we. I was just about to say, we like everyone. Yeah, we're all going to heaven because I'm a child, right? Everyone goes to heaven, you're a child, right? Maybe further than that. Maybe not so. I wouldn't even think like I was more realistic because I'm Hebrew. I'm of the tribe of Lebanon. I don't know. She might have been a Hamite or of Judah, but yeah. Anyway, she was Hebrew. I said we're going to heaven. You get it? I personally know I have a seal in my life. I know it is. I have a seal in my life. Now I don't know to what seal I'm going to pass. I have a real because I've seen people who have some children. I guess yeah, they know what seal they're going to pass. But I know I have a seal in my life. Just because I have a seal in my life doesn't mean I don't have to keep fighting. 2/3 of people are going to fall. 2/3. So I still have to keep enduring, even though most I put in my life, it's literally impossible. I'm not joking. I'm not being arrogant. I'm not being delusional. It is impossible for me to go to sleep. Now, the condition of life, I'll heal up. Oh, I'm definitely heal up. That's easier. Anything, any condition, anything, I'll heal up. Anything. And great timing and perfection, just like the other side, just like it would never even happen before. No scar, nothing. No, none of that. I'm gonna heal up perfectly every time. So I should still gotta live right. I still gotta keep the commandments, even though it's a seal of my life. You see? Just because you're Hebrew doesn't mean just because we're more in tune, because we got might, doesn't mean we don't have to. We're just all gonna be hulking. The light is first to the Father and the Son. We're servants, still not greater than the Son. And the Son's meek, so it's his father. He respects him. But yeah, anyways. Because I have might, I should have to practice temperance. People with more might than me gotta practice even more temperance. Because I know Babylon got a lot of fake alloy. Might seem like, even if it's not plastic, right? Let's say it's alloy. It may seem like, okay, good, this is steel. This is like it's metal, but that's not murder. That's not steal. That's not idolatry. That's a good amount. Now, that's a good amount of commandments. Now, we notice that this alloy, you can say, okay, this is iron, right? This iron, you usually think this. I mean, even now, iron. Okay, this is iron. I can use a larger percent of my strength and the might it was given me while I'm doing while I'm using this thing. But then it turns out it's alloy, or it's maybe plated, and it's not actually iron, and then it's just like rinky-dink. Oh no! We have to practice temperance, gentleness, and level-headedness because we have might. If we don't control ourselves, playing a person, we do not dishonor. No, because I will say playing with ourselves because I like to do dumb. So I'm not gonna say that word is curse. Curse. One we do not reproach into its curse. I like to do wild stuff like sleeping in trees. Even though I put stay, but it's just fun. Try it. Sleep in a tree. I mean, it's like maybe not, but it's good to sleep in a tree. It's like an afternoon. If it's a Sabbath day, afternoon. You got work done for the day. It's good. Nice fun. I hang out in the trees. Like to not jump off them. I like to climb trees. I'm not climbing so high. I like to do crazy calisthenics. I like to run very far to an extent where if like the point I have to lift both sides to the point to run, most people are probably running less than they're supposed to, or than they need to. But I run to the point where most sides tell me, "Go back, son, so you have enough energy to get back." I started thinking like, let me just get, GTA, like just spawn a ride, while I want to get me back home, cause yeah. Right now, so not because I wouldn't want to run back, but it's just practical, cause like seriously, if I reasons But yeah, because you're supposed to be back by dark, so. But yeah. And these children, one, I know it helps if you're taking like creative things. One, you gotta take good things so don't turn to nightmares or so you're not scared by the vision. But if you're taking good things and you have good thoughts, your visions will become more vivid. You have more, the most I'll give you more what to work with, and your visions, you'll be taking positive things we can use, not lascivious content, not lascivious things. And you can use those things for your visions. Also, it doesn't matter what you watch before your night, before you go to sleep. Might affect your vision. Also, what you think about might affect your vision. And how that vision going to be. Not the actual message of the vision, depending on if it was a sin or not. But the vision might be affected by what you do before you sleep. But yes, the children. Also, it's a big thing. I need your opinion on this because we're related to it. This child, right? This thing I'm talking about, right? This arc. This child, who I used to not like when I was like a little bit older than this child. I was middle school. She would think she was like elementary school. Like, why you like this child? Why you like this child? And she would say, I'm gonna live in a mansion. Just like as I would do say this when I was in elementary school and stuff. She said, I'm gonna live in a mansion. When I have a house, I'm gonna live in a mansion. Well, I'm seeing, right? We'll get to the main point. When I was a child, like still super young, I'd be like, I have the biggest house. I have this biggest house. So big, you're going to have to drive to get to the end of it. And I would always say, I'm going to be so wealthy, I'm so rich. And then I started getting more like less carnally minded, or less like more realistic. Because you're not supposed to be rich. It's not realistic as not being mentioned and stuff, but just not being rich. You're not supposed to be rich. So I say, okay, I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be a professor, but not just any professor. I'm gonna be a professor for Harvard, for an Ivy League college where I teach, where I get the best. I have the best money for the best money because I'm the highest, most esteemed professor of all. I'm the most, I'm a top tier professor, so I've been top tier college. I'm going to get paid the same. But I should be more thinking about our top tier professor going to teach the top tier students. And then I'd always be like, okay, I'm going to be like this league, but I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be the best number one, at least top 2%, top 10% of the highest pay grade. These children, the reason why they and I was arrogant. I was arrogant saying, you're not going to live in a mansion. You're not smart enough to live in a mansion. You're not smart enough to make enough money to get enough job to make enough money to live in a mansion. Only smart people who are smart can get a job to get them rich and live in a mansion. I'm smart. I'm going to live in a mansion because I, am rich and smart because most high give me, not time, I didn't notice the most high, but I'm smart, so I'm going to make a lot of money because I'm smart, right? That's why I had to be meek. I had to learn to be a lot more meeker because everybody as a child told me, you're so smart, you're so wise. This kid getting these good grades. Oh, you look like the president. He walking like the president. Oh, this child. And he's in advanced classes. Oh, wait, this child. Oh, he's so smart. Oh, he know how to do computers. Oh, wait a minute. Let him do my. Hey, take him on my house so we can do my computer. Wait a minute. Oh, this child's so smart. He's a nice young man. Gotta work on his behavior though. Gotta work on that behavior. Gotta bring him that math though. This child's so smart. And then you know how you tell children that you're so smart, right? Then my friends do it too. I don't know. Then my friends tell me, my teachers like, yeah, he's smart. Oh, A plus, A plus student. I'm sure. Anyway, maybe not A plus. Some quarters, but now I'm born. The teachers are saying, oh yeah, he's smart. He just be calling my name. Don't even have to. I literally, I was that child that will remind you that the teacher had homework I'll be bringing up the homework. I would get my work done early, so then my peers would be thinking I would never get work done. They would think I would be failing class. I had a bad grade. No, I would just get my work done like really fast, like very early on the week, even like until high school, up until into college, before like we're gonna hurry up. But until that, even into college, I would be like the entire beginning of the week, right? I would get all my work done. Oh my god. Sometimes one night I get all my work done for the whole week or the whole day because some students, class will give out work for the whole week. And that they will release it. And then sometimes even if that's not the case, you got the lesson plan for the week. So if you memorize the lesson plan, you study a lot for that one night or that night, then you really got the whole lesson plan. If you memorize enough, still keep studying to keep it fresh. But you got lesson plan, you got the whole, the work comes easy if you study, the material, like the scripture. You can say no if the thought pops in. No, I don't think that's right. I know that God doesn't. No man says tempted God anytime. This is a scripture, and I know that this scripture tells me not to do that, so I'm not going to do it. So yeah, and I did have to humble myself. Oh, here's a good story that's related back to me. One time, oh yeah, this is also good. If you get all your work done early, man, or woman, or lady, or sorry, you get it all done real early. You don't have to worry about it. You can just relax. People literally think I was like a slacker, so almost because they would almost never see me working in class. Sometimes the teacher was like, "Huh, I get back to work. I finished it. I didn't say I finished it. That'd be rude. That's talking back." But I was like, okay. So eventually, teachers said, "Okay, they just started to leave me alone. They just like let me." But yes, but okay, yeah. So I'll go around, helping all the students. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I was helping the students, helping them with the answers. The answers. I'm helping the answers. I need to. That's not honest. That's not at all honest. Help the students with the answers. But yeah, and like 5 other students with the answers. Don't do that. But because I get so done early, the whole class period, I would just be vibing. I could go watch YouTube. I could, yeah, in class. I got to watch YouTube in class. The teachers let me watch YouTube. They commissioned me watching YouTube in class because I finished all my work done early. And then this, right? It wouldn't be rushed. It wouldn't be even rushed. It would be quality work that Most High gave me the knowledge and wisdom to do. Well, knowledge gets spirit. So yes, knowledge and wisdom. So one thing you get it done early, like let's say you're working, right? If you get all your loads done real early, then that's good. But you gotta have quality and diligence and care and good manner of speaking and cheer about it while you're doing it as well. And I actually like doing work. I actually like school, so that's help when you're passionate about it. Like you have certain books and Bible you like, it makes it easier to focus and relate it back and read. Like a lot of people don't like Leviticus. I heard, and that's my favorite book. Leviticus has a lot of laws and it has ways of healing people. How you can heal yourself and how you heal people. I'm not a doctor. Fasting a prayer, but yes. Now, yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's see. Get it done, and it was amazing. I would get it done so early, and then the students, yeah, my peers, they would just be, huh? I think most of my students peers thought I was just a slacker because I would always run around. Probably not run around some classes. Some classes didn't mind. Not actually, dang, I did actually around in some classes. Just like college too, especially in college, you know you can get the freedom, especially if you finish your work. I think a lot of college, at least the one went to, you could all the tasks would be open, like all the things for the week, so you could do them all at one time and just get them finished. And I do that, and then some classes were open, like the whole class, like all of your assignments were open for like the entire semester at the start of the class. So I just get like a month's worth of homework and classwork done in like 1 week, sometimes one night. I think, yeah. And I just run around campus and just do fun stuff. Just have fun, which is also interesting. We can do. I wouldn't say troll. I'd just have fun though. I'd be like, people actually recommended I would become a mascot because I was at campus so much and often. Like, Jeremiah, you doing work? Yeah, I got all my work done for the month. Start of the week, I was like, week. And then the month. Okay, back. Okay, forward. Now, just growl. She'd always say, I'm gonna live in a mansion. Just like I always say, right? And I wasn't jealous, you know. It was just like saying, okay, because you're not smart. You can't do that. You gotta be smart to make a lot of money. Not saying because, literally, I think the house I live in, I thought it was like a small house. Though it's small. I see this thing more in common than I is. People that like really well off, they don't know they well off. So sometimes most guys telling you, I made you well off. So sometimes it is you well off, not maybe rich or even rich. Sometimes you put in rich family, like born into or put in like place, so that you don't, so you can focus on it when you're growing up. You don't have to focus on like hunger and then you just grow up and just thrive and just grow your gifts and talents while you're a child. But now this girl, I see she was close to the most side. Because I would still say I'm living in a mansion, a huge one. But I thought because I was smart, not because of the most high. The Father who in heaven, or Joshua's son, Jesus says, my Father has prepared many mansions for you. So these children, the reason why they say, oh, I'm going to live in a mansion, I'm going to be rich, right? I'm going to be rich, I'm going to live in a mansion when I grow up, or because one, in heaven, everybody's rich. Everybody's rich. We all got mansions. And compared to how it is here, everybody's rich. Everybody is. And two, I think she actually was like, she lived on a dirt road and stuff. I think she actually was kind of like on the lower side of income. Which is not nice being at. But the best of the poor in spirit for the rich in heaven. So I think she might have been. As well as she is, because she's being like maybe like 5-6 years younger than me. As a child, right? As a child, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have this when I get older. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have this when I start getting to like teenage. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna save all this money. I'm gonna save it up. That's kind of wise, I guess. Probably still need to be wise. Yeah, I did need to be wiser still. But if I'm gonna save up money, I'm gonna save money, and I'm gonna do this. I'm going on a trip. I'm gonna save money. I'm gonna do this, right? Because actually, if you save up money rather than like trying to get rich quick scheme, like Nubreed, right? You gotta have a grind, like you gotta, no purpose. You're not went to work 9 to 5s, and if you work 3 9 to 5s or 3 jobs minimum wage, you can be making 100. 3 or 4 jobs, you make 100K a year. Think about that. 100K a year. If you up for the challenge, Google it. 4 jobs. What salaries were about like a mid 20,000 to maybe high 20,000 to sometimes 30,000 a year. That's 3 4 jobs you can work, make $100,000 a year. 20 to like almost in the 30, 20 to in the 30,000, sometimes 40,000, working 3 jobs, and you can work 3 minimum wage jobs, or or 4, and be making $100,000. The longer you work these jobs, the more you get paid just by having references, experience. So yeah, still gotta have side hustles so you can focus on craft and no side. When 9 to 5 is hard to be focused on one thing, I guess. So working 3, 4, 5, 9 to 5 is like like I'm gonna save money. I'm gonna do this, right? Now I see the people I live with, they basically buy everything I need, or would need until recently I got a job still, but they basically buy everything I would need. I wouldn't need to have money because they just buy it. I'm not like rich, I'm not even gonna comment on that, but they just buy everything I need. So I was like, okay. And now I see when about to go in, please don't operate the spirit of fear. Please also don't panic and just spend all your money and say, okay, we're about to have no cash, so we don't need to save money anymore. We don't need to be wise anymore. No, you need to be setting provisions. You need to be so wise. So going to this cashless society, which I see is probably going to be soon. It's going to be super soon. I was warned a little bit. Most likely showed me that with these shutdowns or like registers switching, like, okay, gotta go on the app. They might announce a Bitcoin, but they'll say go on the app because the register's not working. So gotta go on the app. And also, I see what they're doing. There's these coin shortages, right? A lot of old people say, "Oh, these prices are outrageous, outrageous." See, I used to buy this for 90 cents. I buy this for 10 cents, right? If you look at it in the Bible, they would buy coin for like shillings, right? Pence, shillings, gold, silver. Now it's its own system, but like a penance was like, you can buy stuff with a penance, and gold was like very expensive. You got gold. These people, or in the Bible, let's say, I don't know. I'm not gonna say because that's a long time ago. It's inflation estimation. Shillings is a coin, but like coins and dollars, prices are about the same for what they would be. Like these items we have, they're fine items. Even if it's plastic, even if whatever it is from Dollar Tree, it's a fine item. It's crafted technology took to craft it and go into it. It's fine item. Convenience stores, the price is so high because they're convenient. It's like it's literally they say it's higher robbery because it literally is higher robbery because it's convenient for you to like get this right here while you got your gas and you're stopped and pulled over and everything, right? And you're probably thirsty maybe to get that whatever you're getting. It's convenient. I know even gas stations got water. Oh, here's your tip: Deer Park water, spring water. Don't buy it from the store unless you got it like that. I don't personally. So go to the gas station. You can get a 2 gallon jug. I think maybe 1.5 gallon. Maybe it might be 2 gallon. 2 gallon jug, right? Boy, let's say over a gallon jug. Deer Park spring water, the most very fine quality spring water, for just $2.09 or $2 depending where you are. About $2. It's cheaper in the store. I think for wherever you go, it's cheaper in the store. A lot of gas stations have this. They have spring water, right? And anyways, if you buy water and it's cheaper than, don't get an expensive brand. Don't do that. If you buy water, it's gonna be cheaper than what you would buy a drink. That's just simple. And it's healthier too. But you can get spring water. Now I will rely on this money. I'm gonna do this with money. I'm gonna do this money. Now I'm seeing. Oh yeah, with coin shortages happening, and with them trying to this style of working, right? They're trying to get you to they already working on getting your car. This is how they're gonna get their electric cars to factor in. They're putting subsidies in. Only this time, they're not telling you it's a subsidy to get your gas car. What they're doing is they're having you trade in your car. They're saying they actually are. They seriously are overpaying to buy your car, which is what a subsidy is. They buy that recall doll, which the doll, if it's used, right? If a product is used, its value is automatically depreciated in most cases. So their cars, they're doing that. They're overpaying you to trade in your car, to buy your car, right? So they can get you to get a new electric car, or just to buy your car, and you probably get another one. They keep aging up newer until So they are trying to get electric cars in the mix. They are also trying to get your money by having you put it in these dispensaries like arcades. I did it before too. These dispensaries probably should not anymore. And these arcades, these theme parks, probably don't go to them anymore because of that reason. Maybe do, I don't know. These theme parks, these arcades, these fun places, they're telling you change your money to these cards. You load up this card, and then they're recalling it by that way. See, now they just say, oh, we're just recalling it. People are gonna rebel. Well, they're not gonna do it. They're gonna know there's something wrong, right? So they're overpaying them like you do a subsidy. If you have a product and it's used, it's automatically a lower value, and people won't even buy it. But because they overpaying you for it, you're gonna probably sell your car and maybe even trade it in for a shiny new one that's electric. That's how they're normalizing and gonna get the most part electric cars normalized. Again, with money, with greed, or with just deception. We're seeing money shortages with paper shortages, right? They purposely burning down forests, purposely making things paper, like paper towels, purposely making everything, wasteful. So they say it's a paper shortage because only listen to this, right? Only the U.S. Mint can make money, can print it, right? Now they do say they print a certain limit because it's not completely collapsed yet. They're trying to collapse the dollar. They're either going to collapse it or they're going to put it cashless, whether it's like online. And then both. Here's also a big side note. They're going to have technology. Everyone bow down to the mark. And they're gonna have technology so like engraved in society where it's gonna have everyone like depending on it, right? For like almost everything or everything. Well, not everything because most high, but almost everything is gonna be dependent on it, right? They're gonna try to make you right dependent on technology, and then they're gonna do a thing that's hilarious, right? They're just gonna shut it all down. They're gonna surge massive EMP, just shut down all technology. Stone Age, we're back to the Stone Age. Everybody who bowed down to the mark for this technology, to use it, everyone put the trust in this technology instead of the Most High, it's all going to be shut down anyways. And this, I don't just mean like before like Most High resets the world, but I mean they're going to just shut down all technology. After the world is dependent most on the world and worldly technology, then the Most High, they're going to shut it down. All this. Render all going to be useful. Everything with electricity is going to be rendered useless. And it's going to be more like, it's going to be like Tron Legacy. It's going to be like futuristic, high-tech, alien things, how we were back in Hebrew times for the lost Atlantis cities. Absolutely futuristic and shut it down. Boom. All that time you spent, all the money you spent, instead of resources and your health, you put in technology, shut down all of it. People that have there's zombies, cyborgs, like electronic cyborgs, pacemakers, shut down. Boom. Sleep. That's what I came sleep from. I'm a sleeper. I just sleep 10 persons. Ooh. Because that means in the Bible, it just tells us you sleep instead of the word. I'm going to say it. Die. Or death. Or murder. Say murder, not the K one. That one's definitely bad. But we're supposed to replace that word with sleep. And with money shortages, if only U.S. can print right money, if only they can mint money or print it legal and have it be legal, then like they're not going to take your cars, your money. They're going to get you to give it over yourself. All the money that you put into these dispensaries. Well, when you buy something, right, what do? You spend the money, right? If you're not wise, you spend money. Sometimes you have a bank account. I think most people now don't even carry money. Like a lot of my friends, they don't even most of the time have money on them. They might have like a card, right? Like a bank card at most. But they'll don't carry money. And I have I have some wise friends too who carry money like extra, like emergency money and stuff. Or I had some socks in the drawer, but still like some money in drawers. Sorry. Do not dishonor your temple. Stay clean, sober. Do not covet. Do not keep sober. And most people don't carry cash already, so they're staying this coin shortages. Well, I can believe because people don't like change. They don't like change. They like things staying the same. And they're gonna have you give over your electric cars and your money, and you want to do it yourself. You want to seriously just willingly give up all your money and make this society cashless. And with there being hackers, right? It's going to be easy to make your own. Literally, okay, this is a good note. The Most High spawns money into existence. On one Nubreed's testimonies, I heard this guy. He was short on rent. To make the story short, and someone knocked on the peephole. He looked through the peephole. No one was there. He opened the door. It was exact amount of money he needed for rent. They were short on. He just started counting it. No one was out there. Just exact amount of money in a paper bag. And he was the Most High. Didn't question it. See, Most High. That's why in GTA, right? A lot of people be like GTA characters, right? A lot of things like and GTA. I be feeling like a GTA character sometimes. Now I feel like not like that anymore because I know they're based off me. All movies, all characters, all superheroes based off me. The good ones, not the actual villain reversals. So I be feeling like a GTA character because, like, especially even if I had to get home a little bit earlier than I was supposed to be, then it definitely feel like GTA with like the sun going down the cars, everything on crossing the highway to get home because I got to get if I were to cross the highway, I can go to a lake, go to some valley places just to go to a lake to get relaxed, far away from where I am, not walking distance, go to a lake. To do something like that, you're not so scared anymore to go to a highway, to cross, a highway or to drive a highway even. And not even fearful to be up at night if it's to help your baby brother or something. Then you're not scared to be up at night or to cross a highway or to even take a beating sometimes, Like you might take a beating for your brother because of what he did. purposely knowing he did something wrong, and you protect him for him. Yeah, still hurt though, but not as reluctant. You're not as reluctant to do it. And this cash in society is they're incentivized with subsidies and services. Oh yeah, the most I spawned in money, like GTA, you see a lot of similarities with reality. Because people, the spawn, you know how like there'd be hackers, right? They're spawning money. It's like just like literally spawning in like a bunch of money. You think like a million, millions. They spawn like 20,000 and like at a time spawn millions and millions, right? If you luck, well, sorry, don't say luck. If by chance a hacker comes by you, they just drop money, right? How people be like relying on like rich man. I wish a rich man would just come by and just give me some money. Well, if you vibe or you're just in the right place, a hacker will just drop you some money in GTA. Or even give you money. They'll like give you like 30 billion or something, so Just like Most High, he'll give you resources if you use it, not selfish. If you're willing to still clean the first portion, last portion, to give portions, everything, be charitable, to give donations to like the homeless, to shelters, to churches and stuff, to like this guy Nubreed, brother Nubreed. If you're willing to give charity, to him, to first portions, last portions, or your first fruits, all that stuff, right? Be charitable. You don't mind going and out, in the town, passing out blankets in the winter. Don't mind being in the cold, being in winter. Just pass out blankets, pass out food, hot food. If you're doing that, of course, most of gonna bless you. Especially sometimes in due time, in due season, you have to wait patiently. But I learned this dude, he's really on time. He's really always on time. Even if we did something wild, he's on time. He saves us. We gotta still repent though. But he's really faster. People are like, oh, we waiting. No, he's faster than I would ever think, than I ever thought. I could ever thought things I could get my own. I could ever get done myself. I could ever get done uh, by going against the commandments. That's definitely not going to help. That's going to slow things down. That's going to actually stop things. But he's fast. I mean, like, yes, people say be patient. They say the delay is coming. That I stutter right there because I'm not even supposed to be saying words like that. It's a verse, but I don't like saying those kind of verses. Man, he works fast. I did say earlier in the stream how I prayed for provisions. The next day, someone came in my door, provisions, like the brother Nubreed said. Next day, provisions. Provisions. Because I had hurt my leg, and then I prayed before I got food, and still, eat and stuff. And the next day, someone came by, disability services, adult business, offering food to help me, to see if I needed groceries. I declined though, being prideful. Now, this is interesting. Next day is amazing. You rely on the Most High. He's always, even sometimes when you're in the world, you didn't even know he was on time. He saved you. He healed you. Kept you sleeping at night still. And this shows me what we think about raiment, like clothes, houses, what we're gonna eat, what we're gonna wear, where we're gonna go. None of that even is matter. That's all the little links to Most High. We're gonna have that in heaven very much nicer than we can ever think. He Most High be spawning in GTA. Sorry, he be spawning in money. His testimonies, people like Mark, his brother, they're close on him and Nubreed. Mark, he had an account. He was keeping the commandments. He was like on his own. He had $70 in his account. Then he kept the commandments, and later in his account, $7,000, I think, or $5,000, was in his account, tax free. You see how like Most High legit be spawning in money. That's one of the big things: food, clothes, and raiment. Jesus tells us to take no thought on any of these. That's basically the biggest expensive, like, of all life, of the even beyond expenses, right? Just like in general, it seems like you need these things. But he said, don't take thought into it. Seek the kingdom of heaven first, and seek the kingdom of God first, and His righteousness, and all things to be added unto you. I follow knows you need these things. He knows these are the top three things: food, raiment, or clothes, food and clothes, and house. Especially if, let's say you have a child, right? You make sure that child is fed, make sure they have clothes. Oh, son, you've been growing a lot, okay? Let's get you new clothes. Oh, look, son, you grew some more. Great, you're getting good nutrients. Let's get you some new clothes. You're gonna be a basketball player or a boxer. You're gonna be something good, a good seed. New clothes again. Amazing. Oh, you become a man now at the age of 32. Maybe not 32, but at the age of 22, it might be time for you to look for a house. Oh, house, father! I just got the Nike. I just got the size 12 Nike. At 12 years old, it seems like yesterday. I knew a child that was. Now we're bad about that. Let me not do that. I knew a child that was 6'5", who was 6'5" at the age of 13. People will be trying to grow themselves to the point of surgery, the point of all kinds of strange things. But the Most High said, which you can only attach to his height. People like being over people. You'll grow. You'll really grow. At any age, you can grow. Grow in spirit, more importantly, grow your spirit. So in this cashless society, I'm seeing, since I didn't even have to think really about money or worry about it, mostly as a child and mostly in teenhood. I did, but I shouldn't have in the teenhood, like recently. But yes, I'm probably not going to have to. Well, you don't have to worry about money or bills or cars or food. You're going to be taken care of, especially if you're diligently seeking to keep the Father in His kingdom. Either way, you're going to be taken care of. But still, if you're diligently seeking care of, you're going to have top quality everything. Be meek though, live based, and in this cashless society, I'm growing up in an age where when that comes in, I'm not gonna have to be thought about cash. I probably for the most part, I'm not gonna be dealing with actual cash like the way people would have, like be mortgaging, the way of cars and stuff, financing. I'm not gonna have to do that because one, most likely no one knows today or hour how fast these things is gonna speed up or how fast we can delay them. Or, anyways. We would have not delayed his coming, but I meant delayed the agendas. So it's really seeming like I might not even have to be dealing with cash as I thought I would be as a child. And there is some children growing up. She was that age range the child I had talked about. How she's not going to be probably dealing with cash or like not probably I know men knows the day or the hour, but yes. And there is some children that are going to be born when the fire and brimstone comes out from the heavens, and that's why he tells them you're going to pass the third seal. You're going to pass the seal because you're part of the generation that's going to see. Well, no one knows the day or the hour, but this is the end time. But still, no one knows the day or the hour. No one knows. So don't be doing reckless stuff because it's the end times. Because oh yeah, we don't no rules. You about to be in heaven, man. No rules, no responsibilities, right? We about to be in heaven. No plan for tomorrow, or even 20 years or the next year, whatever. I was planning. Screw that, cause yeah, heaven's coming real soon. Still be wise and put your first thoughts to heaven. Don't just throw away all your plans and life goals. Still be ambitious and kind. But yeah, there are children that are gonna pass the seal, and they've been told. I've been told. Two-thirds are gonna fall out. The grace. And this is the reason why children be saying stuff, knowing certain knowledge. They'll be some children won't just. They'll be so true. People say children are mean because they're honest, and people actually hide the truth from themselves so much they stop caring about it. They stop altogether knowing it or knowing the spirit of truth because they hid it from their hearts. And their child just being innocent and telling the truth says, "Hey, that's how that is, or that's how you look, or that's how this is," and they get offended. And these children know they came from living in mansions, and some of them are going to go back to living in mansions. Right? Yes. The Most High makes you what you're not. If you are smart, He gives you knowledge. I found this thing is common. Smart people have knowledge. They can do long division. They can do spiritual equations. They can write these beautiful poems, whatever. Right? But they have no common sense. Common sense is wisdom, how to apply knowledge, like how to file taxes or whatever. That might go along the lines of it. It's because you can be smart, but you have Most High, you got a relation with Most High, you got wisdom and discernment. You gotta be a clean vessel to get the wisdom to apply that knowledge you got. Even knowledge is a gift. Worldly knowledge turned or godly knowledge turned into godly wisdom. Or to turn even any knowledge into godly wisdom, you need the Most High. Take a discernment and all spiritual gifts. Let's get back to the stream.
Don't mind. You have to understand that there's only so much they can do. So when you hear voices in your head, you need to equivalent that to a demon. Because that's what it is, essentially. With their weaponry, all they're doing is using jinns. That's all they're doing. Casting jinns into inanimate objects and using them against the people. Now, you got to understand this is a spiritual warfare. We battle not against flesh and blood, but wickedness and principalities in high places. So you got to address.
I saw an ad that says, the programming is so interesting. Because people are meek, but they need to be meek. These computers does not have a soul until you use it or in it or active it or whatever. These computers do have souls. I learned because I learned do all technologies have souls? Do all technologies have jinns in them? Yes, not just AI technology has jinns and has a demon. All of them does. This laptop I'm on, your laptop, your device has a demon. Siri, it's an iPhone. It's in every iPhone. Every iPhone. Every one of them. Siri's a demon. she's based off a pagan goddess or pagan mother goddess. Every iPhone has one. Android. You think we're going by Android, I'm safe, right? And the other big brand. Well, androids are robots. They're actually the robots they're trying to create right now. The ones that walk and talk and like just like a human. They're actually very similar to humans, almost completely lifelike to a human. Except the little green android is just an earlier model of an android. Job means good on the keypad or in the numeric dialing pad on your phone. Tov, 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 Job. Oh, okay, that's the same thing. Tov, Job. People say jobs, like you get a job, like go get some jobs, hire some people that need some jobs. The 6th hour and the 7th hour and the 8th hour and the 10th hour heat of day. So some jobs. If you got some jobs, people working jobs for you, then I think you're very good, well off. If you don't just work a job, but you have people working jobs for you, you can hire some workers, and these jobs get more efficiently with a brother, especially if you can trust them to do jobs with you or for you, maybe hired for you. And Job means good, in the Bible, and Tov means good as well. Except they're not allowed to say words like Job in the Bible, like job, like get a job, boy. Need some. You need to get a job, boy. Go get one, boy. Let me know all my food, boy, and get a job. Pay some rent right here, boy. Yeah, boy. Nigga, get that money to me, boy. It's my house, boy. Job or Tov doesn't mean work. It means a person that works. It means a thing you do go to. It means good. Job, how you would say in Hebrew, and the see, this is why they say Tov and it's Yob, because all those J's like Yirmiyah, not Jesus, because Jesus is pagan. I admit that mistake. But I was close to with Yahshua, because it's Yahshua, his name, not Jesus. But Yosef is the name, not Joseph, but Yosef. Yahshua, Yesaias. All these I's and these J names are really Y's. It's pronounced a Y. So, because it's Aramaic that Rome came from and mingled from Roman and from Hebrew, or got from Romans and from mingling with the Hebrews, being amongst them, being sheep, and bring wolves among sheep. They got Aramaic, so they write Tov. They write Tov instead of Yob, because Tov is Aramaic, and Yob is Hebrew. Thou shalt not covet. Make no sacred of the tongues. And the interpretation there. That's just
it's like a spiritual issue, first and foremost. Cast those demons out, cast those spirits out, cast down all imaginations. Your prayer life got to be intact. And also, if you have the means, or the wherewithal, it would be good for you to get away from that area. I don't know if you a single woman, but it would be good to have yourself a husband. This is why you should want to have a man, to watch the environment. It's important that you know you have a protector out here who's paying attention to what's going on in the neighborhood.
And he's covered this before, but spiritually have a husband for spiritual reasons. Protect the house, but also protect you spiritually. A woman has to be sanctified by a man who's a stronger vessel because it's made in the image of the Lord. So is a woman made in the image of the Lord, but the man may curse the woman to serve the man, and the man would be also to also be aware for suffering and cause to beckon at her plead or to call. So spiritually, a woman has to be sanctified by either her father or by her husband. We're all sanctified by the Father, that's true, but we at a certain age you have to get married. And you should be trying to get married at a certain age. You should. At a certain age you should. Oh, there will be time when seven women come to when seven women come to a man saying, "Sanctify us." We all wish you to sanctify us, but we will not do after you. We will not heed to you. We'll take your name, but we'll not heed to you. So basically, what they're saying is, right? They want you to marry them. They want you to take care of them. They want you to sanctify them, take away the sin, but not listen, not have to do what it comes to be a child of God. They want to be called Hebrew, or they want to be called Christian, but they don't want to follow His commandments. They want to be obedient to God. They want to do His, obey His laws and His statutes and His judgments. They want to follow the ones when it's on His heart. So it's not necessarily they don't call the law, but it's on their heart. It's just, and if you know to do better and you don't do it, sin. So and we already seen this now, kind of. We've said that seven woman verse, except for the seven woman part. They're asking to marry men. They're asking to take care of them, to be the girlfriend, to be the boyfriend, right? But not to do anything, not to follow the commandments, not to like show love, like take care of them. For example, right, me personally, I don't mind cooking. I actually love cooking. I don't mind cooking a meal for my wife. I don't have a wife yet, but I would love to cook a meal for my wife. Love to, absolutely. Cooking's not grilling. Women talking about they're not making a plate, right, for the husband. How are you gonna be barefoot in the kitchen, barefoot, bald head? How you gonna do that if you're not making a plate? I don't. I don't know, because the reason this is the thing, right? Rape is not a thing. Hot take. Rape is not a. It's not real. Rape isn't real. Nah. This is a verse. The verse about rape in the Bible. How that man will be spit on. Might just don't do my. I think might just been spit on. That's why you might be compelled to spit on people, because people are going unjudged, and Most High's kindled. The Most High's kindled with this earth too. He about done it too. So yeah. That's why you might just feel the urge to spit, like hot spoot on somebody. Not even to open their eyes, but just judge them, because they're going so old and judge, so haughty, so stark, so arrogant. The second last one was a word, but wasn't the right uh, context. So to humble thy neighbor's wife, you're not supposed to do such, right? But you can humble your wife. See, you marry this wife, you from another land. They wouldn't have parts. Usually, the father would just give dowry. You give dowry to your father, or and the father would give them to wife, right? And then you marry them. Now, if you were spoiling a land, that means raiding, plundering a land. You could take a wife from this land. You can just like anyone that's roaming around, instead of murdering them, instead of putting them into slavery, tell them, right? You could make them your wife. And because people from different land, they're like, no, I'm from this great nation. I'm not gonna have this, barbarian touching me or doing after his ways. He's gonna humble his wife. He's gonna go into her, and then that's the real humbling, right? If you're not supporting rape, but if you ever heard a rape victim, they're real different after they get raped. They get almost traumatized after they get humbled. They're so much different, so much different. I've never practiced this. I just know I've seen clips of like victims interviews, not the, but I've seen clips of there's TV shows, right? Because I used to, I think, watch Law and Order, and these clips they talk about like these men would be getting raped because if they do about women, then no one's gonna care, right? No one's gonna care if they just do the same old like woman got raped. No one's gonna watch. They care, right? But in like real life, but in the show, it's just old. That's been done before. So you had a serial man rapist, gay rapist, and then they were completely different when they had gotten humbled. So yeah, it does. This what some of these women need to be literally be humbled. The way they act, humbled. Like I wouldn't say that's where that word comes from. Be humble, be humbled. That's what it comes from. That's what it means to be humbled. And so that's I'm seeing that like a lot of women say let's a comment. I'm not making a plate, huh? What is that? And this is one thing, right? That's so old fashioned. Making a plate is old fashioned. I've seen like someone that's in the 50s or 70s do that. I've seen it. I've heard of it. See the arguments. They're just making stuff up. They're arguing, just talking. They're just blabbering. I'm not making a plate. It's for my husband. Yeah, it's never. It's 1970s, 1990s. No one even does. Most men don't even consider that. They're just saying how they're not going to do. They're advertising. They're not doing anything. They're not going to do anything. They don't plan to do anything. And men, they really a lot of men don't plan for them to do anything. They don't already have that in mind. The women just taking themselves off the market even more, making themselves even less marketable. Whereas it's not. Don't say even less. That's in that context. It's not good. Just making themselves not marketable. Some men will marry a woman because she's beautiful. Don't have to work, don't have to take care, none of it. None of that. You won't lift a hand in my presence. You're too beautiful. I can have you do such. But the woman already ruined that because, they did say they're not making a plate. Which I don't know how they know about that. One is old and outdated. Not just rebellion programming. This is black programming because Israel are in bondage. Mentally, not longer spiritually. Some of it haven't woken up yet, but they can wake up. And now, why do you think peanut butter has rapeseed on it? It's not because it's bad or for you. It just why do you think that's cottonseed? Cottonseed and rapeseed is a lot of peanut butter ingredients. I don't think it's necessarily bad for you to eat. It's just they're trying you. They know black people like peanut butter. It's cheap. It's high in protein. Protein solution. Just eat right. okay, they know the demographic of who eats peanut butter, and that cotton rapeseed. That's what's on a lot of peanut butter ingredient lists. It's there for a reason. It's to rob people. Everybody gets programmed. So do the women. So we're seeing that men or women they're trying to claim the name of God, like marry him, take care by him, but not do any work, which they probably are when they just have all they have to do is look beautiful. The book of like the Hidden Proverbs, we see not so, but something like already planning that, already planning to look beautiful, just be beautiful. I'll take care of you, but no. They had to fulfill a revelation. They had to fulfill a prophecy. And now it's going to get so much like that. There's 7 of them like that. 7. But see, this is how I think it's going to play out, right? Same mentality, right? But instead of them being like, actually like genuine with that mentality, they're going to say the same thing. Try to maintain the same energy, right? But they're actually going to be actually hoping that man or a man will actually take away their reproach, will actually deal with them. 7, knowingly 7, knowingly 7 women will come to one man saying, please, sanctify us, marry us. And they're not saying us, like marry me. They're all like, don't even matter. There's 6 other women saying, marry me to that man. The same energy because they don't know any other energy. They're going to come with the same energy. Because some people were raised in a certain environment, they don't know anything else. They're going to, and they think it's help and they think it's love, but it's not. These women are going to do this. And then they're going to be like, ha ha ha, I'm going to marry you, but I'm not going to make your plate. I'm not going to do dishes, I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to blink more than 5,000 times a day. And my water has to be from Egypt. Peru is the lowest world country out. Is the Africa? No, is the highest world country of water. I'll go. I mean, no. Yeah, I was going to. I'll do is it switched around. Fiji and Peru are the lowest world countries I'll go in quality of diamonds. Nothing under 42 carats. And they're going to actually think it's an appealing deal that they're actually, going to change their mind, or they're actually change the continents, but no, they're not capable of it anymore. They're not capable of genuinity or love, or maybe love, but yes. And then not going to work because men's like gold at that point, or they're getting like gold. They're getting like gold at that point. When men's actually at gold, and when things pop, when whole men are this, we're like, all those apocalyptic movies, how it's going to be, right? A lot of them are like techno-apocalyptic because that's how it's going to be, a large part. And it's going to be post-world. They show you different stages, how they're planning to make the world. First, eventually techie, then techie like, it's already going to be like that when it gets to that point. Like super futuristic. Then it's going to be like steampunk. Because steampunk was for the time supposed to be very advanced. But it's like dark and gloomy. Then it's going to be a dystopia, techie, then collapsing, then collapse, then war against everybody, free range, scavengers type world. And just be men, going one man, maybe a few men, like 5 against the whole battalions, just boxing, warring. I recommend y'all get strong physically. Most importantly, knowledge, because it's going to happen. You're going to have to be boxing probably going to be every day. Boxing, like seriously, like I wouldn't say slay, you can probably knock him out long enough to get away. But it's going to happen. Get your physique right, get endurance up, because to go in long battles, strong warriors in a battle, it's more than just strength to like take down like large armies that are outnumbered. It's more so endurance, or largely not more so, but largely endurance. Cut these long legions, these long battles. Because yes, you have to be faster and dodge, parry, thrust, all these moves and this, but you still do have to. You got like 10 down, K got 100, 1,000, and slay him in battle. And then there's multiple at a time, so be ready to just be literally just fighting war. I mean, and this could be war in your own city, fighting.
Somebody said, thanks for the $5 contribution. Says, thank you for this message today. The mental battles I had this morning just dealing with money, rent, and etc. Thank you, brother. All praises to the Most High. Right. And this is what they want to do, They want us to be stressed out. They want us to be under a great deal of fatigue, not understanding how to make a way. But if you think about it, if you really think about it, the Most High God gave you all the tools necessary to build on your own. He gave you everything. Somebody said, I went to Vegas and it was creepy, right? Somebody said, please research. They have Faraday clothes and IR thermometers. You need to get it. Okay, so yeah, there's also radiation tools that you can use, detectors. There's detectors you can use as well to actually, you can use it to as a scale to gauge how much radiation is in the air. And you can actually get yourself a lawyer. You can order these tools. These are things, that's something tangible. So that's great advice too. There's tools that you can order, thermometers and whatnot, that can track the radiation. You can actually call a lawyer. There are lawyers for this type of stuff, and you can find out where it's coming from, and you can sue. You can actually sue people. There's been quite a few targeted individuals who actually got a bag off of the radiation that's going on because they had enough to get a lawyer, and it is what it is. Like, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Somebody said, I live in Vegas and it's loco out here. Wow. Yeah, I've been to Vegas before. Very interesting place. Jane Doe says, what scares me is this system or law enforcement can actually work together, get us charges, have us go to jail, and nobody will help. Well, the Most High is with you. No man can be against you. They can do a whole lot, but there's spiritual laws in place that keep us protected. Yep, colloidal silver is good too. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing it right. Colloidal silver, that's good as well. That gets free radicals and metals out your body. Somebody said, Nubreed, they have a frequency that is telling your mind to do things. Yeah, they've been had that. It's called Voice of God. They used it in, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, because some of y'all are history buffs out here. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, they used it in which war was it? Vietnam. They used it in Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. Or it could have been a little bit later than Vietnam. It could have been the Iraqi war. They used it in Kuwait. Okay. Yeah, and they actually had the Muslims believing that they was hearing God. And they was using free. This is stuff you can look up. This is actually stuff you can look up. This is real. So it ain't like people making these things up. It ain't like that we're, conspiracy theorists. Y'all love that word, conspiracy theorists. Nah, it's just a lot of y'all can't see. Yeah, they thought it was the voice of Allah, had them retreating. Somebody said, my neighbor always said he heard the locust noise, but then I heard it one day. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, man. Somebody said life is like the modern GTA, and when GTA 6 comes out, I feel like there's going to be a deeper meaning behind it. Literally spent years making the game. It's deeper than just entertainment. Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true too. 432 hertz. Healing through sound frequencies is real too. That's something that I actually spoke about in past videos. Using the 432 hertz, listening to soothing sounds, calming sounds, and frequencies that can help you with V2K as well. also like listening to an audio Bible while you're going to sleep at a low volume. Certain sounds can heal you. It's very true. But the Holy Spirit gets conjured up when you hearing that word of God, man. And I've been listening to the audio Bible when I go to sleep, and it's been working wonders, man. It's like I be knowing scriptures now that I didn't recognize before. Because in my subconscious mind, when I'm half asleep, I'm hearing them. And I know let me tell you something. I know the Bible is the truth, bro, because there's just no way. The way that book is written, it's just nothing. There's no other book in the world like the Bible. And it's when you listen to it and when you're reading it, you just realize how poetic it is. Like, you literally can you can break down one scripture like 30 different ways, bro. You can hear one chapter and you can interpret that chapter 100 ways. Like, it's a wealth of knowledge. Literally, it's a wealth of knowledge. You cannot consider yourself a scholar of any sort if you don't study the word, man. It's so much history there. It's so much history there. It's so much prophecy there. You can't say that you're a scholar on any level whatsoever if you ain't in that book. I don't care. You can read other books. You can study and learn other things, but that book, man, I'm telling you, it's a lot to learn in that book, man. Real talk. Yeah, it just flows. Like, I grew a deeper understanding of the book of Genesis. I listened to the book of Genesis like 3 times, bro. And what I realized is that there were some injections there. But not only that, if you were a person who didn't have the spirit, right, you would see certain things as what we would call a contradiction, but then it makes sense as it goes on. Like, it's a puzzle more so than a contradiction. A couple parts, like, for instance, right? I don't even know why I'm going here, but it's just a thought, and we just building, so we kicking it, right? I was reading Genesis, and it said that, well, it didn't never say Adam and Eve were the first people on the planet. Number one, it never said that. It gave you a rendition of creation on how he made Adam and Eve. But I don't think people realize how figurative it was, because when you look at it, Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel. Cain slew his brother Abel. His curse was that he would have to bear a mark, and he would have to flee out of the Garden of Eden, and whoever so found him, they would slew him. Well, if Adam and Eve were the first people on the earth, who on earth was going to slew Cain? How could he be a vagabond? How could he be a fugitive if Adam and Eve were the first people? But then when you go to the next chapter, I believe chapter 6, it says, I will make them in our image, and I will name them Adam. He says, I will name them Adam. So he didn't say, in the first it says name him, but then it says them. So if you piece the puzzle together, Adam must have been a tribe. No matter how you slice it, Adam had to be a tribe, bro. Like, when you really think about it, Adam was a tribe. It couldn't have been they was just the first people. That doesn't make sense. But that's just some deeper stuff, man. Some things I've been like studying, but I'm telling you, Yeah, it's like a code. The book is a code, man. It really is. Yep, somebody said it's some parts of the Bible that explain why I'm going through what I'm going through. Back then, I was in deep sleep, but I have changed since I started reading the Bible. Right, right, man. All praises. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot in there that you know it stimulates the mind. Even if you read it, be like, oh, this don't make sense. This is a contradiction. I guarantee if you read it, it'll stimulate your mind because it'll have you trying to figure things out. And that's what the Most High wants. He wants you to ask questions. He wants you to seek after him and ask him things about what he's doing. He'll show you the answers. That's the beautiful thing. Like the Most High is not this God who's just going, don't question my word. Of course, don't question his law, statutes, and commandments. But if you're reading something, this is the thing about studying to show yourself approved. If you're reading something and you lack the understanding and you really are chasing the Most High, seeking his face, after you're a person after the Most High's heart, and you doing what you're doing, he will answer questions that you'll be like, man, I never knew. And then you start falling back in love with that role again. Because it's something about questions being answered and him showing you different things. You start falling in love with the code being broken and knowing and having that knowledge pour into you. And that's what we got to do, because I know it's been grievous, man. These last few years has been tough on us, man. We've been dealing with a lot of scatterbrained zombies out here who don't want to see the light of day. And they just want to destroy the messenger. Like, don't kill the messenger. We just here with a message. Just like you people who came from them camps coming over to my channel to attack. Listen, I wasn't the one out there fighting like gorillas. That wasn't me. I wasn't out there. I wasn't in the midst of the Royal Rumble. Don't get mad at me because I'm reacting to what your camp was doing. I wasn't out there having a table, ladders, and chairs match. Hey, Debo, go get the chairs. I wasn't out there doing that. I wasn't out there screaming with the Bible, going back and forth with people, looking crazy as hell. 2 camps on 1 block, going to blows. That wasn't me. Why y'all mad at me for reacting to what they did? Something wrong with our people. Something extremely wrong, bro. Y'all mad at me because I did a video reacting to what they did. I'm the bad guy. Oh, I take that. I'll be the bad guy. Something really wrong with people. One thing for sure. One thing you can't do is you can't defend what they did. You can't defend it. I'm waiting for one of the camps to make a video in response to my video. I'm waiting for a person to make a response. I'm waiting for somebody to say something. Because that behavior, whether you listen, whether you good, bad, or indifferent, you know damn well you can't defend that. You can't defend that. The problem is y'all don't like the messenger. You ain't gotta like me. It's the message. I've been told I'm not a very likable person. I can be very shrewd sometimes. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Somebody said when the Holy Spirit breaks it down for understanding becomes clear to the soul, right? That's the blessing. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said they believe camps before everything. To die for their elder, right? I never forgot that. They treat another man like he is God when this elder is just a man, right? They idolaters. Out here camp banging. Moving forward, anybody coming into the truth, y'all gotta be about motion. It ain't motion sitting on a block, posted, teaching the Bible all day. That ain't motion. Half the people walking by, they ain't paying y'all no damn attention anyway. Ain't listening to y'all. Traveling, thanks for the $20 contributions as Breed. I know you moved past discussing it, but 20s, young adults, 30s, prime, 40, middle age, 50, senior, 65, elder, you have youth. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I am pushing 40 years young. Believe that. I have plenty of youth. I got plenty of energy in me. Yeah. Somebody said the urge to click up comes from fear. It's very hard not to gravitate toward the group. I agree. I agree. I think that one of the most weakest indeficiencies. I think I said that right. Deep, the movie is that, and I think this was said on In Too Deep, the movie. LL Cool J said, "Black man's weaknesses, he always got to be a part of something." It's true. It's very true. He feel like he always got to be a part of something, bro. It's like we afraid to stand on our own, and that bothers me, man. Because you don't really know yourself until you walk one deep. Until you hold it down on your own, and you got to go through trials and tribulations and face the world on your own. You really don't know what the Most High is all about. You just don't. And I'm not saying that to sow discord. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that because listen, a person who's gonna be in a camp gonna be in a camp regardless. But I'm saying that because there's individuals that's in these camps 1 foot in, and really they want to get out. Some people, same thing with these churches. There's some people who've been love bombed in these churches, and that's all they know. All they know is the church. All their friends, family, everybody they hang out with, all the social functions they attend. If it's in a camp or a church, that's difficult. That's not no joke. That's not no joke. Getting out of that atmosphere. That's not no joke at all, bro. Somebody said that's when you know our Heavenly Father knows we do not walk alone, right? He's with us. Yep. If everybody can do me one solid pound of like button, if you've been in this stream getting edification, I would appreciate it. Hey, good afternoon. Somebody said, Bree been around groups made. Bree being around groups made me fall back into the world after retaining for 5 years on my walk with Yah. Now I'm leaving the groups. Well, that's good. At least you recognize before it's too late. Yeah, I see, man. I done been through different stages of this awakening. I've been around a while, and it's been different stages that I've seen the Israelite community go into. I've seen the debate. I've seen, the camps out there in the streets, and there was a time for that when they was in the highways and byways waking people up. I seen that insurgence. I've seen all of these changes, all this metamorphosis in the community, and since being here, man, and looking at the current climate that we in right now, like, it is important that we as people just get in fight or flight mode. I mean, it really boils down to that, man. At some point, we really gotta get in the fight or flight mode it started doing something different. They used it in Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. Or it could have been a little bit later than Vietnam. It could have been the Iraqi war. Hmm. They used it in Kuwait. Okay. Yeah, and they actually had the Muslims believing that they was hearing God, and they was using. This is stuff you can look up. This is actually stuff you can look up. This is real. So it ain't like people making these things up. It ain't like that we're, you know, conspiracy theorists. Y'all love that word, conspiracy theorists. Nah, it's just a lot of y'all can't see. Yeah, they thought it was the voice of Allah had them retreat.
What's going on, everybody?
Said, my neighbor always said he heard the locust noise, but then I come into the right. I don't even know why I'm going here, but it's just a thought. And we just building, so we kicking, right? I was reading Genesis, and it said that
There's a little known trick to getting started in real estate, making $1,000, $2,000, or even $10,000 a day that doesn't require you to put any of your own money, buy, sell, or even rent a property. In fact, all you need to make money with this strategy
What's going on, everybody? I want to talk about the burden of knowing. That's right. Yeah, it just flows. Like it's a wealth of knowledge. It's a like literally it's a wealth. But the Holy Spirit gets conjured up when you hearing that word of. He heard the locust noise, but then I grew a deeper understanding. Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true too. 432 hertz. Healing through sound frequencies is real too. That's something that I actually spoke about in past videos. Using the 432 hertz, listening to soothing sounds, calming sounds, and frequencies, that can help you with V2K as well. Also, like listening to an audio Bible while you're going to sleep at a low volume. Certain sounds can heal you. It's very true. But the Holy Spirit gets conjured up when you hearing that word of God, man. And I've been listening to the audio Bible when I go to sleep, and it's been working wonders, man. It's like I be knowing scriptures now that I didn't recognize before because in my subconscious mind, when I'm half asleep, I'm hearing them. And I know that, man, let me tell you something. I know the Bible is the truth, bro, because there's just no way. The way that book is written, it's just not, there's no other book in the world like the Bible. And it's when you listen to it, and when you're reading it, you just realize how poetic it is. Like, you literally can you can break down one scripture like 30 different ways, bro. You can hear one chapter, and you can interpret that chapter 100 ways. Like, it's a wealth of knowledge. Literally, it's a wealth of knowledge. You cannot consider yourself a scholar of any sort if you don't study the word, man. It's so much history there. It's so much history there. It's so much prophecy there. You can't say that you a scholar on any level whatsoever if you ain't in that book. I don't care. You can read other books. You can study and learn other things, but that book, man, I'm telling you, it's a lot to learn in that book, man. Real talk.
All eyes on me.
Well, it didn't never say Adam and Eve were the first people on the planet. Number one. Never is that there were some injections there. But not only that, if things, but that book, man, that I'm telling you, it's a lot to learn in that book, man. Real talk. Yeah, it just flows. Like I grew a deeper understanding of the book of Genesis. I listened to the book of Genesis rendition of creation like 3 times, bro. And what I realized is that there were some injections there. But not only that, if you were a person who didn't have the spirit, right? There were some injections there. Is the book, man. Real talk. Yeah, it just flows. Real talk. Yeah, it just flows. But say I have to bear a mark, and he would have. It gave you a rendition of creation on how he made. When I was there. But not only that, if you were a person, say that you, it's a lot to learn in that book, man. Real talk. It says, I will make them in our image, and I will name, it says, I will name them Adam. He says, I will name them Adam. So he didn't say, in the first it says name him, but then it says them. So if you piece the puzzle together, Adam must have been a tribe. No matter how you slice it, Adam had to be a tribe, bro. Like, when you really think about it, Adam was a tribe. It couldn't have been they was just the first people. That doesn't make sense. But that's just some deeper stuff, man. Some things I've been like studying. But I'm telling you, yeah, it's like a code. The book is a code, man. It really is. Yep, somebody said it's some parts of the Bible that explain why I'm going through what I'm going through. Back then, I was in deep sleep, but I have changed since I started reading the Bible. Right, man. All praises. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot in there that it stimulates the mind. Even if you read it, be like, oh, this don't make sense. This is a contradiction. Yeah, it just. I guarantee if you read it, it'll stimulate your mind because it'll have you trying to figure a deeper understanding of the Book of Genesis. I listen to the Book of Genesis. That's what the Most High wants. He wants you to ask questions. He wants you to seek after Him and ask Him things about. What I realized is that there was some. Yeah, it just flows. Like, I grew a deeper understanding of the Book of Genesis. I listened to the Book of Genesis. Like, I grew a deeper understanding of the Book of Genesis. I listened to the Book of Genesis like 3 times, bro. Yeah, it just flows. Like, I grew a deeper understanding of the Book of Genesis. I listened to the Book of Genesis like 3 times, bro. Yeah, it just flows. Like, I grew a deeper understanding of the Book of Genesis. I listened to the Book of Genesis. Yeah, it just flows. Like, I grew a deeper understanding of the Book of Genesis. I listened to the Book of Genesis like 3 times, bro. And what I realized is that there were some injections there. But not only that, if you were a person who didn't have the Spirit, right? Were a person who didn't have the spirit, right? You would see certain things didn't happen there. But not only that, if you were a person who didn't have the spirit, right? You would see certain things as we would call a contradiction, but then it makes sense as it goes on. Like there. But not only that, if you were a person who didn't have the spirit, right? You would see certain things as we would call a contradiction, but then it makes sense as it goes on. Yeah. But not only that, if you were a person who didn't have the spirit, right? You would see certain things as we would call a contradiction, but then it makes sense as it goes on. Like it's a puzzle more. Yeah. Sense as it goes on. Like it's a puzzle more so than a contradiction.